Thanks for watching Mid-Morning this Thursday. Following the death of George Floyd and the unrest that erupted in the city afterwards, LaToya Burrell says that she felt her heart breaking at the things that she was seeing on social media.
It inspired her to write a new book, Be Bold, How to Prepare Your Heart and Mind for Racial Reconciliation. And we're so glad to have LaToya Burrell with us this morning live on WCCO Mid-Morning. LaToya, thanks for being with us. We know you're a dean at North Central University. What did you see that really, I think we all saw people struggling, but what did you specifically see that inspired you to write?
So thank you so much for the opportunity to be here today. What I saw that inspired me to write was the sheer fact that we saw someone die on camera. And while this may not be the first time that this has happened, this was the first time that I feel it was in real time. We got to see it from multiple vantage points. We didn't have to wait for a CD dash cam, or we didn't have to wait for the surveillance footage. We saw it in real time. And that was the difference for me this time with George Floyd.
And it's really, you talk about being bold, where you said previously you might have been hesitant to sort of jump into this conversation, but now you're not only jumping in with both feet, authoring a book, facilitating conversations, doing really tremendous videos.
Yeah, so for me, my thing was I'm a harmonious person. I often credit the Gallup Strength Finders, and one of my 5 is harmony. And so I would have this discussion with people one-on-one, but I wasn't the person who wanted the spotlight because I didn't want to be misunderstood. But I recognize that now the time is now for me to use my voice, my platform, and my resources to be the change that I want to see. And so that's exactly what I'm doing with this book.
Give us some of the kind of main points that you're talking through in the book. There are 4 different things that you recommend people look at when they're trying to go on this journey, because as we all know, reading a book or watching a video, it's one step, right?
Yes. So I think that there are 4 things that everyone should do in this process. It's examine yourself. It's listen, it's learn, and it's be bold. And I say to people, it's not a 4-step process. For some people, simply picking up the book and saying, I'm ready to have this discussion, may be them actually being bold. So I say you examine yourself, you listen, you learn, and you be bold, and you understand that it's a process. So I might listen to some other people's discussions and talks. I might listen to TED Talks, podcasts. I might read books, and that might cause me to have to go back and examine myself. Or along the way, some of the things I learned may cause me to have to be bold. So I say to people, this is a journey, and you have to be willing and ready to take this journey to boldness.
You talk about being bold, but can we focus in a little on the listening part? Because you talk about humbling yourself and being willing to say, maybe I wasn't right. Maybe I haven't seen this in the ways that other people are seeing this.
Right. So you don't know what you don't know. And I often say to people, there's one question that people always say. They'll say, I don't see color. I love everyone and I don't see your color. And I'll say, well, I want you to see my color, because if you don't see my color, I don't think you're going to hear me when I'm telling you my story and my experiences. So that's a part of listening. So as you're listening, people bring their whole selves authentically to the discussion, and you're able to hear their stories and the experiences that they've had. And I think that sometimes makes things more real life, and it brings it in for people who otherwise may not have had something to connect a story to. So for example, I've been stopped by a cop, but it gets real when someone who you know and love is able to tell you, this is not just something that people say, but it's happened. Let me tell you my story of when it happened to me.
Who should read this book, LaToya?
I think this book is for everyone who has a heart. I will say, frankly, when it comes to racial reconciliation, it's work that we all have to do. And I like to say, history may not be our fault, but the change in the future is our duty. So anyone who has a heart should read this book. Anyone who wants to make a change should read this book.
Well, congratulations on being bold and going out there and telling your story and writing this book. We appreciate your time today.
Thank you for your time. Have a great day.
Book is called